White male kills his black female fiancée, leaves her corpse to rot for days. It is so extreme that the neighbors are the ones who alerted police of the foul odor. Put it up, full mass. Texas man has confessed to killing his black fiancée, staying with her decomposing body for days until neighbors had to call 911 to report flies and, quote, very foul smell. Here are the details. White Texas man is under arrest for the brutal, and I mean brutal, slaying of his black fiancée after he allegedly stayed with her body for at least 3 days because he, quote, wanted to lay, end quote, wanted to lay with her. William Joseph Oddo III, 52 years of age, was arrested on June 2nd by the Denton County Police. The charges of murder and tampering with evidence were included. This was after confessing to shooting Miss LaVera Wardell. He shot her in the head. He's being held on a $160,000 bail, which is way too low in my opinion. Investigators believe the suspect and his 39-year-old fiancée got into a fight on May 6th, but her body was not found until nearly 2 weeks later. When neighbors called 911 to report a, quote, very foul smell emanating from the apartment, they shared the flies buzzing around the front door. There's more. Quote, it's honestly heartbreaking. I don't know how it was right above the office. It's the penthouse above the office and right next to the gym, end quote. A neighbor from the Timberlinks Golf Club complex told the Denton Record Chronicle. The sprawling apartment community is situated next to one of Texas' top-ranked golf courses. Affluent people. The body stayed in the apartment until May 19th, when police made the gruesome discovery. They were surprised to find the walls and the floor were strangely clean, with no blood splatter or blood evidence anywhere in the apartment, reported the outlet. Police located a shotgun in the home, along with other unnamed items that could be used to mask smells, but Oddo had disappeared. I'm going to give you more detail, but before I do that, understand the context of the community. Many individuals in a different context would have concluded much earlier that something has died, okay? Maybe it's not a human being, but something is, in fact, decomposing. But they are in a particular community where things like that don't happen. Get my point? Okay. So by the time the police get there, here's the discovery. Soon investigators turned up surveillance video showing Oddo in several stores doing what? Purchasing cleaning supplies, May 13th, a full week after his fiancee's murder. Oddo claimed he shot her in the head in self-defense after she ran toward him with a knife during an argument. That's according to an arrest warrant affidavit obtained by Fox 4 News. He allegedly left the apartment after a week due to the terrible smell, leaving her body behind and holed up in a motel in Mount Pleasant, about 2.5 hours away, according to the documents. Now, last time I checked, a gun makes a noise. Context clues. A gun makes a noise. There's a foul smell. There's no investigation prompted until one neighbor said, I can't believe no one else has said anything about this. He's utilizing a self-defense narrative. Obviously, the fact that he ran is evidence of a guilty conscience. But he gets a $160,000 bail, 10% to a bonding agency. He gets out with 16 grand. The judge likely weighed his intentional defense. The judge initially granted an arrest warrant. This took place May 28th for tampering with evidence. When police eventually traced Oddo to the motel, they obtained search warrants to his motel room and vehicle after he gave a damning interview on June 2nd, according to arrest documents. Put it up, full mass. So police claim Oddo waived his Miranda rights, confessed to the killing, telling investigators that he scrubbed the murder scene because, quote, he wanted to lay with her, his deceased fiancée, and that he laid with her body, quote, for approximately 3 days, according to the Denton Record Chronicle. He also confirmed that he used a shotgun found in the apartment to kill her. Shotguns allowed, per the arrest affidavit. Denton police said there were red flags before the heinous slaying. There's been a history of domestic violence caused related to the couple. Shotgun. You know, they still don't factually know the timeline. They are utilizing their best judgment based on the forensics. Why? Because much of it has been decomposed. Additionally, who knows if someone would have alerted authorities that a shotgun has just went off in this complex from this neighbor, that she could have been perhaps saved. Very sad. And the saddest thing, when I give you the update, it will be because he's likely moving forward with his affirmative defense of self-defense. Washington, thoughts here?
This is about as heinous and as sad as it gets. You do wonder, what the context is. And that's the thing with domestic violence issues. I think neighbors become sort of like immune to it. It's, just to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's quite possible the first 3 times they heard noises coming out of their place, they called the cops. Cops came, and then it just kind of resumed business as usual. And so sometimes neighbors just decide, hey man, we've called them before. Nothing ever changed or got done. We're not doing anything. Again, this is just benefit of the doubt speaking. But you just wonder what could have been done to stop this, to intervene before it escalated to actual death. And that's the thing that we know, that many times when a spouse kills another spouse, oftentimes there's a history of domestic abuse. It's like one of the surest signs that somebody's gonna escalate their level of violence is that they've been violent before with the spouse. And so you wonder if there were any interventions by law enforcement, first and foremost, but family and friends. Just a sad story all around. And just a body decomposing in an empty apartment like that. The lack of dignity involved in that is just impossible to fathom.
Yeah, extreme. All right, we'll bring updates as they come.